Now I'll give you the explanation of the secret behind my presentation of the cigarette in the coat effect. I say mine because, believe it or not, the cigarette in the coat routine is actually mine. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not crazy enough to think that in the entire history of the thumb tip, no magician ever thought to stick it in anything other than a handkerchief. But I do claim that the status that it now holds as a classic of magic is largely due to yours truly. Because back in 1972, while performing on Fifth Avenue, on the street of course, on Fifth Avenue, during a performance of the Cigarette and Hanky, I had accidentally left my handkerchief home, and after I had done my whole rigmarole about borrowing a cigarette and blah 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 blah, I realized I didn't have it, so I just ad-libbed the whole concept of borrowing somebody's coat and doing it, and it was about maybe 6 months during the year of 1972 that I finally pieced together the routine that you saw me do in the video, which includes all the shtick, which is, borrowing the pack of cigarettes and not handing it back, only handing the cigarette and keeping the pack, and all the other shtick about grabbing the coat with the best material and looking at the label and not thinking much of the quality and praying to God. All that stuff is what makes the trick. As far as I'm concerned, the trick is almost negligible. What is important is the presentation. This is important in any trick, but it's really like a character piece. The whole point of the cigarette in the coat is to engage the public with the personality of the performer. You see, however, there are certain technical aspects which you should know. After the cigarette has been borrowed, of course it's borrowed unlit, okay, but we've lit it to save time. After the cigarette is borrowed, you go into your pockets, supposedly looking for a match. But what you're really doing is you're picking up a thumb tip, which is already there. So obviously, you've eliminated the need to do some sort of secret steal. You go in and you just pick up the thumb tip. You continue to look like you can't find it. So finally, some gentleman in the audience lights the cigarette for you. So you've got that. Now, as you've gone around the audience, as you've seen in the tape, of me looking to find the best material, supposedly, I take the coat here, and I display it. And once again, the choreographic elements are the main thing. Look, you stand here, boom. Now the cigarette's in your mouth. You spread out the coat, show it. All right? You go through the business of checking and reaffirming the fact that it's good material. But you go like this, adjust or looking at the label. It doesn't matter whether there's a label there or not. Most people know that labels are there. You look at the label and you go, oh, you make a gesture like, not that good. That gets a laugh. Now you're here. Now you've loaded the tip. All right. Now you show the cigarette. And by the way, if no one has a full pack of cigarettes and there's only somebody smoking a cigarette, sometimes it might even be better. You lose the gag of not handing back the pack, but you're getting the advantage of the fact that probably most of the cigarettes are already smoked down to the butt, which makes the technique for sticking it in the thumb tip much easier. Anyway, but you don't stick it in directly. What you do is you kind of make a threatening gesture that you're going to burn their coat, but instead of actually putting it in, you lower the coat. You look towards them. You do it, lower it, do it, lower it, do it, lower it. And the audience is starting to guess now as to whether or not you're really going to do this thing. But anyway, so you do it, you drop it in. Now, depending upon the brand of the cigarette, some of them will smoke up more or less. Now, if it does smoke up, if you just squeeze the tip, and any tip will work except for a metal one, you can use a vernet, you can use a rubber tip. If you just squeeze a bit, you'll get it's almost like sending smoke signals. This is good because it gives the illusion that the material is burning, you see. Right, so now what you do is very openly, you do this, you don't put your thumb in, you take your first finger, you stick it in, you put the second finger in, the thumb goes in, but then you don't stop, you continue with the other fingers again. Now the tip is here, but the attention's here. You rub, and now the right hand with the thumb underneath the coat grabs the top part of the coat. You're looking, you pause, and you address the audience on all sides. And whether you're working on the street or in a cabaret or any place, it's very important to do that. All right, because you're making a bigger issue out of the whole business. You rub here, it vanishes. You pause, and you don't just take the coat. You take it, you kind of toss it up. The tip's not going to fall off. You toss that coat up. Voila, and you display. That's your. Now you drape it. I drape the coat over the right hand, over the thumb, and the two middle fingers, and without saying it, this gives you a very nice finishing position. It's kind of nicely choreographed, but you're also subliminally saying that both hands are empty. You see. So it's like this. You finish here. Boom. And now what I'd like to add to it, I like to add a little piece of business when I'm handing back the coat. I don't hand it back right away. I actually hand the coat back with the hand that has the thumb tip on it. I make a gesture to hand it back, but I don't hand it back, and I open the coat and I show it to the other side of the audience, as if to say to them, like, look, it's really restored. You do that. You go back to the owner again. You go this way to another person, and they finally say, okay. They do one more time, boom. It's like, and then they finally, now, if this is done right, more often than not, the person will grab his coat back, which will be another laugh. He just grabs it back and like that. In any case, it's a cute